Raw oysters are still alive when you eat them. There are some surprising facts about your favorite food. 1. Raw oysters are still alive when you eat them. Dead oysters have a high number of bacteria. If you eat them raw when they're dead, you can get sick. 2. Pineapple eats you back. Pineapple contains an enzyme called bromelain. Bromelain breaks down proteins. While you eat pineapple, it eats the proteins in your mouth. 3. Black lines on shrimp aren't veins. Shrimp eat living and decaying bits floating near them. They sometimes consume excrement. The black vein you see is actually the intestinal tract. The substance in it is fecal matter. 4. Raisins are one of the dirtiest produce. Raisins are just dried grapes. Exactly how that grape is dried varies. In some instances, it's sun-drying. Putting grapes out to dry attracts insects. It leaves the fruit exposed to dirt and sand. To combat bugs, many companies use pesticides, but they don't always dissipate or get washed off. 5. Bananas are radioactive. Bananas contain the radioactive isotope, potassium-40, but the radiation level isn't enough to cause any harm. 6. Honey never goes bad. Bacteria that spoil food need moisture to survive. Honey contains very little water, but you still need to store it sealed and in a dry place. 7. Ketchup used to be sold as a medicine. Tomato ketchup used to be considered a type of tonic. Some recipes were even concentrated into pills. 8. You can't overcook mushrooms. There's a special polymer in the cell walls of mushrooms. It ensures that the mushrooms stay tender. 9. Chocolate was used as currency. Cacao beans were precious for the Aztecs and the Maya. They would use the beans instead of money. 10. McDonald's burgers don't rot. Moisture is required for mold to grow. The burger has a large surface area. It loses its moisture very quickly. 11. You can hear rhubarb grow. There is a method called rhubarb forcing. Rhubarb is put in a dark shed. It's tricked into thinking that it's spring. This causes the rhubarb to grow at an unnaturally fast pace. You can even hear it popping as it grows. 12. Lobsters used to be working-class food. Lobsters are quite literally sea insects. Fishermen used to chuck lobsters back into the sea, or they were given to servants and prisoners. There was a limit on how much lobster you could serve them. Too much was considered to be cruel. 13. The U.S. banned sliced bread in 1943. The ban was aimed at reducing the cost of bread, but the savings weren't significant enough. So the ban was lifted after a couple of months. 14. White chocolate is not chocolate. It is made from cocoa butter, milk, sugar, and lecithin, but it doesn't contain chocolate solids like cocoa powder. 15. Peanuts aren't actually nuts. Real nuts grow on trees. Peanuts grow in pods that mature underground. They are actually legumes. They are from the same family as beans, peas, and lentils. 16. Strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries aren't berries. They are classified as aggregate fruits. Their flowers have more than one ovary. Berries are fruits stemming from a flower with one ovary. This includes bananas, cucumbers, avocados, and eggplants.